So the other day on the show, we talked about the new ProPublica report, great investigative report. They exposed what they call the true tax rate of some of the richest people in the world. So it included Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, George Soros was mentioned in it, and a bunch of others. And basically what they found is that the true tax rate, the effective tax rate that these folks are paying is anywhere from 0.1% to, I think Bloomberg was 3.5%. So that's the range. They're paying between 0.1% and 3.5% as their true effective tax rate. And, listen, these guys have a team of lawyers and experts working around the clock finding how they can legally pay no taxes or next to no taxes. And this is the result of that. Also, there's this legal categorization in the US where you're taxed more on your what's called your income, but you're not taxed on your wealth growth. You have to physically cash out of the companies that you own, the stock in the companies that you own, before they tax you anything. And by the way, if you make money from investments, it's called a capital gains tax rate, which is lower than the income tax rate, which, by the way, it's just a scam. It's just a way to make it so that people who gamble for a living on Wall Street pay less in taxes than somebody who actually fucking works for a living. If you're a teacher, if you're a construction worker, if you're an accountant, if you're a physical therapist, whatever it might be, you earn a salary, you earn a wage, and then you have to pay income taxes on that, and the rate is going to be higher than somebody who's paying capital gains tax. So Mitt Romney could make $15 million a year and pay 15% in taxes, and you could make 70 or 80 grand a year and pay more in taxes. So it's all a fucking scam. It's all a scam. These guys are basically paying nothing. We have a giant, what's called a regressive tax rate. So it's like the richer you are, the less you pay. Now the IRS, it's already broken in 1,000 ways, but now the IRS literally investigates poor people more than they investigate billionaires and corporations. Think about that. You're more likely to get audited as a poor person than you are if you're a billionaire or if it's a corporation. I mean, it's just, we live in an oligarchy. We live in a deeply corrupt system, and this is the result. So anyway, credit to ProPublica for doing that. They really did a great job. It's a great article. I suggest you read the whole thing. Well, the Biden administration has come out and responded to this. You know what they said? I'm going to read you from CNN Politics. The Biden administration says it's investigating how tax information from several of the world's richest people, including Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Warren Buffett, was leaked to the public. Do you understand what that says? They're not investigating the billionaires for their incredibly sketchy, dodgy tax avoidance bullshit. No. They're just assuming it's got to be legal. They're billionaires and they have the teams of lawyers. That's fine. They're saying, we're not going to investigate the leak. We're going to investigate the leaker. We're going to look for the whistleblower. We're going to look for the person who gave this information to ProPublica. And we're going to go after them. And we're going to prosecute them. Oh my fucking God. This is like Edward Snowden 2.0, right? Edward Snowden shows the NSA spying on everybody illegally and unconstitutionally. And the government's response is, that's great. Let's get Ed Snowden and lock him up. You don't want to get the people who are illegally and unconstitutionally spying on everybody and lock them up? No, I want to lock Snowden up. Now, listen, some people make the argument, these are private citizens, so you can't just violate their privacy and release that. I would agree with that point if the billionaires didn't own the system and didn't have endless political sway and didn't give massive contributions to politicians and political parties and political causes. So if it's a random person and somebody leaks their tax information, yes, I'm going to defend that person and say, this isn't in the public interest. You don't leak random people's taxes. You don't leak somebody's taxes if they don't have anything to do with donating to politicians and rigging the system and being an oligarch. But these guys are effectively oligarchs. They have rigged the system and bought the system, like virtually all billionaires and like the corporations. So, of course this is in the public interest to know how rigged the tax system is. Biden doesn't look at it like that. He says, no, I'm going to go after the leaker. I'm not going to investigate the leaks and go after the billionaires. Don't be ridiculous. This is the United States of America. Remember when he said nothing will fundamentally change? Remember when Biden said that? He wasn't kidding.